Okay, I went to a different location, so I hope you hear me clearly. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Because I am at home and the children also have their lessons online. So we have to try and find a quiet area in the house that I don't disturb them and they don't disturb me. Okay, before we start, is everyone okay? Everyone healthy? Everyone feeling good? That's the most important. And no one is going in the evening to protesteren on the in Amsterdam or in Eindhoven. I don't hear you, Paul. Your mic is off.
I was waiting on you to go together.
To go to where?
To go together.
To go together. Yeah, I know, but no, Baruch Hashem.
I just got excuse me. I just got a message on my mobile that that from now immediately Afton clock is gone. Yeah? I don't know if it's true.
No, I don't think so.
No?
Oh, no, I have to look at the text.
It's a fake news. Yeah.
I think one moment.
They can
go ahead. I can tell you. No.
They can just stop the Afton.
No.
Oh, it's just fake news. Okay.
I think it is fake news. I have now a teletext. It's not written on teletext.
Thank you, Paul. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think it is fake news.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so. No. Okay. Good. Guri, please start.
Okay. We're going to learn something very interesting today. Something which is going to be probably a chiddush. I mean, something new. It was new for me, so probably new for you or new for all of us. And even if it's not so new, but definitely something interesting to learn together. And the topic we're going to discuss today is a mitzvah which was actually mentioned in last week's parsha. Does anyone know which mitzvah was in last week's parsha? There was only one. I can see your mouth, Mr. Yaakov, but your mic is off. But I can see you said tefillin. So tefillin is mentioned in last week's parsha, in the parsha of Kadesh Li Kol B'chor, in the end of Parshas Bor. Now there it's mentioned as what you're supposed to put one of the four parashiyot or two of the four parashiyos, which are supposed to be written on your hand and on your head. Now there is another mitzvah mentioned in last week's parsha before that, which is the first mitzvah that Moshe gave Klal Yisrael. Your mic is off, Mr. Maprat.
Now the first mitzvah is Kadesh Li Kol B'chor.
In Parshas Bor, there's a mitzvah before that.
Before Kadesh Li Kol B'chor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kadesh is you have to look it up.
I have to look for it.
In Parshas Bor, we have a mitzvah which is actually the first mitzvah that Moshe Rabbeinu gave Klal Yisrael. Anyone know what was the first mitzvah that Moshe gave the Jews? This is even before the Jewish people came to Har Sinai, before they even left Egypt, before the 10th plague, before the splitting of the sea. There was a mitzvah that Moshe Rabbeinu gave Klal Yisrael. Mitzvah number 1 from Moses to the Jewish people.
Ani Hashem Elokecha.
Anochi Hashem Elokecha was written by as a mitzvah that you have to believe in Hashem, know Hashem, That's by the 10 Commandments, by Aseret Dibros. But there is a mitzvah. I think it's between Shlishi and Rabbi. I haven't got a Chumash in front of me, but I'll share it with you. I'll show you. Hold on a second. I'll see if I can bring it up. I'll look on Sefaria. Hold on a second. Tenach. Hold on a second. Shemois. And it is in Parshas Boy. And it's Be'erach over here.
It's a mitzvah for all of us?
It's a mitzvah for all of us. The word all of us is a bit questionable. It could be only for Beis Din, but it's a mitzvah to the Jewish people. If you look at Perek Yud Beis, Pasuk Aleph and Beis. I can do a screen share a second.
Of Rosh Chodesh.
Exactly.
Chodesh Hazeh.
Okay, so I've just shared my screen, so you should see it. Over here, I brought up my screen. Perek Yud Beis, Pasuk Aleph and Beis. This is the first mitzvah, the first time in the Torah that Hashem says to Moshe to tell the Jews the following mitzvah. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe vel Aaron. Hashem says to Moshe and Aaron, Be'eretz Mitzrayim. They are still in Egypt. They still haven't even gone out of Paray. The Pasuk Beis, HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem Roish Chodashim. Rishon Hu Lochem Lechodshei Hashana. This month, now we are, what stage are we talking about? We're right now by Rosh Chodesh Nisan. And on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, Hashem says to Moshe and Aaron, tell the Jewish people that this month, right now, is Rosh Chodashim. Rosh Chodashim. It's the first of all the months. Rishon Hu Lochem Lechodshei Hashana. It will be number one for all the months of the year. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, so if you just notice that, I shared with you my screen, and you can see, I can see actually that the pussycat is also listening very nicely. It's also I'm very happy. The pussycat is not disturbing, and he's taking in every word. That's very good, my friend. I have to once see the pussycat live, but I'm happy that he's taking in every word. Very good. As long as he doesn't disturb me, it's good. So now, very interesting. Mitzvah number one that Moshe gives Klal Yisrael is that Nisan should be the first of all the months, and you should be Mekadesh. HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem Rosh Chodashim Hu. Now, let's explain a second, and then we're going to go into something not so deep, but it needs concentration. But we have here a very clever crowd, so it's good. Like this. Moshe was told by HaKadosh Baruch Hu to tell the Jews that Nisan is month number one of our calendar. So we know we have 12 months in our calendar, and Nisan is number one. On top of that, there's a halacha that Beis Din need to be Mekadesh the Chodesh. What does that mean? That means that in the times of the Beis HaMikdash, what happened when we wanted to decide when is going to be the new month? How did they decide when the new month was going to be? Does anyone know what happened? Then we have a calendar, we have online, we have every gadget and every way of finding out when the new month started. But in the times of the Beis HaMikdash, how did they know when the new month began? Who knows? How did it work? When Moshe was told, yeah.
2 men is coming.
With the Edim and the fires?
The Edim are coming.
Very good, perfect. The Edim are coming, and the Edim are telling Beis Din what? We saw the new moon.
Yes.
We saw the new moon. Beis Din asked, questions. How did it look? Where did you see it? And Bezdin had a whole list of questions to make it clear that the Eidim are saying the truth. If it was clear to Bezdin that the Eidim are saying the truth, then what did Bezdin do? They were Mekadesh the Chodesh. They said, today is Rosh Chodesh. And then, like you said, Mr. Maprach, they made fires and they went from mountain to mountain. And that's the way they passed on the message to the rest of the Eretz Yisrael and to outside Eretz Yisrael that the new month had started. And because of that, outside Eretz Yisrael, sometimes they only found out a day later. So that's why the doubt and the Sveke de Yomer, 2 days Yom Tov in Chutz La'aretz came from that. Because it wasn't clear exactly when the day of Rosh Chodesh was, because they could find out a day later. But in Eretz Yisrael, the whole Eretz Yisrael knew on the day that Bezdin had fixed that today is Rosh Chodesh. Okay, now, that Kiddush HaChodesh, meaning to say, Bezdin announced that today is Rosh Chodesh, is part of the mitzvah of HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem. Moshe told Klal Yisrael that every month you have to be Mekadesh the Chodesh. You announce, you decide, Bezdin, Klal Yisrael, Lochem, HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem. What does Lochem mean for you? What does it mean for you?
For you.
What does for you mean? That means it is in your hands. You fix the new month. It's not fixed for you. You fix it. Very, very interesting. You fix the new month. The new month is decided by you. That means when you see the new moon, then you fix and you say today is the new month. Okay, now we have to understand something. I want to ask you a question, and I want to see what your thoughts are. Are you ready for a question? Question goes like this. Pussycat, you listening? The question, okay, very good. The question goes like this. We know sometimes that we have 2 days Rosh Chodesh, and sometimes we have 1 day Rosh Chodesh. Right? Not every month is it 1 day, and not every month is it 2 days. Sometimes we have 2 days Rosh Chodesh, and sometimes we have 1 day Rosh Chodesh. Does anyone know why? Why some months 2 days Rosh Chodesh, and why some months 1 day Rosh Chodesh? Any suggestions? I know that children like it when we have Rosh Chodesh, because they say Rosh Chodesh is a time for treats, and it's a time for, I don't know, hallow, and a time for candies,
Liquor.
yeah, so 2 days Rosh Chodesh is nice for the kids, but we want to understand what's going on. If you open your calendar, the Luach, you'll see sometimes it says Aleph and base Rosh Chodesh, and sometimes it only says Aleph Rosh Chodesh. It means 1 day Rosh Chodesh, and sometimes 2. Anyone know any reason why sometimes it's 2 and sometimes it's 1?
Because the Jewish year is shorter than the general year, so to say.
Therefore,
And no.
So in
Not
order
because-
not to in wrong seasons, then they try by that way to keep it in a kind of balance.
what you're saying is
We
very
have the leap year.
Schikkeljaar.
Schrikkeljaar. But in Rosh Hashanah, in Tishri, we don't have Rosh Chodesh. Elul. The end of Elul.
De Rosh Hashanah is Rosh Hashanah is Rosh
1 en
Chodesh.
2. En normaal is het 29 en 1 of 30 en 1.
Okay, so why sometimes 2 dagen Rosh Chodesh and sometimes 1 dag Rosh Chodesh?
To prevent the Chagim to fall in wrong seasons, to keep the balance.
But how does that keep the balance?
Well, when Pesach is supposed to be in spring, it should not fall in summer. when you don't correct the calendar, it would fall based on the shortage of the Jewish calendar in summer.
Yeah,
What
but
you're saying explains something else. That doesn't explain 2 days. What you're saying
if
explains
you have a schrikkeljaar,
schikkeljaar.
it is 1 year later, 1 month later.
So a schikkeljaar.
Not enough.
Okay, so we, Klal Yisrael, go with the moon. Our calendar goes with the moon, the
Yes.
Levana.
Yes.
The Levana is every month 29.25 Be'erach days. The Umoy Sa'olam, the rest of the world, go with the sun. The sun year is 365 days. Our year of the moon, 12 times the cycle of the moon, is 354, right? If you do 29.25 times 12 be'erach, because it's a bit more, then we have 354 days in our year. In the sun year, it's 365. So every year, we are 11 days less than the sun year. In order for Pesach, like you're saying, Mr. Van Praag, in order for Pesach to be in the spring, every be'erach 3 years, we are 30 days behind. So every year, the moon months and the sun is 11 days less. After 3 years, we are 33 days behind. So the schikkeljaar means we add another month of Adar, and that way Pesach will always be b'chodesh ha'aviv, in the spring. Okay, that very good. That explains why we do a schikkeljaar every be'erach 3 years, in order that Pesach should be b'chodesh aviv. But that does not explain 2 days of Chodesh. Some months we have 2 days Rosh Chodesh, and some months 1 day Rosh Chodesh. Why? So I'm going to explain to you something very interesting, and it's like this. On a month that we have 2 days Rosh Chodesh, then the first day Rosh Chodesh is Lamed of the previous month. So take a full build of Nisan and Iyar. If Nisan has 30 days, then Lamed Nisan is Rosh Chodesh and Aleph Iyar is Rosh Chodesh. If Iyar has 29 days, then there's only 1 day Rosh Chodesh, Aleph Sivan. So it goes like this. In a month that we have 30 days, there's 2 days Rosh Chodesh. Lamed, the 30th day, and Aleph of the next month. If there's 29 days in the month, then there's only 1 day Rosh Chodesh, Aleph of the next month. Okay, so now we can begin to understand a little bit. Let's explain. The calendar that we have is Be'erach 1 month 29 days, 1 month 30 days, 29, 30, 29, 30. So that's why we have 2 days Rosh Chodesh, 1 day Rosh Chodesh, 2 days Rosh Chodesh, 1 day Rosh Chodesh, because every second month has 30 days and every other month has 29 days. So on a month when there's 30 days, there's 2 days Rosh Chodesh. On a month when there's 29 days, there's only 1 day Rosh Chodesh. Okay, is that clear so far? But I'm going to ask you a big question. And here we need some help from all of you. I'm going to ask you a question. Very nice that if it's 2 days Rosh Chodesh, it means that the first day Rosh Chodesh is Lamed, which is the last day of the previous month, and the second day Rosh Chodesh is Aleph, the first day of the next month. But I ask you a simple question. Why is Lamed Rosh Chodesh? What does Rosh Chodesh mean?
New
Beginning
moon.
of the month. So when we have 2 days Rosh Chodesh, we explained that the first day of Rosh Chodesh is the last day of the month before, which is Lamed, day 30. Why is Lamed Rosh Chodesh? Rosh Chodesh means the beginning of the month. Lamed is the end of the month. So why, when we have 30 days in the month, is Lamed Rosh Chodesh? You hear my question? Hey, where's my pussycat?
He's trying to find the answer.
He ran away. Here
Ah, yeah. No. Is
behind the pigeons
oh yeah. It went
by
to
the
get
other by the other window.
oh yeah. Okay.
He will come back. He will.
Okay.
May I try?
Yeah.
I think that first I want to say this: the people in Egypt, they knew already exactly in which months they were and on which date they were, because they got a strict mitzvah to buy the lamb and to slaughter the lamb on fixed dates. So why is it, after all, necessary that Kodesh Baruch Hu tells the Jewish people that Nisan would be the first month in the new year, because they knew already, apparently, the months and the dates in the Jewish calendar? That's my first question. But then, because of the fact that sometimes the Edim came too late for the Beis Din, in order to be sure that it would only be one day, they had to decide to send the fires and the messengers with the message that the new moon had been seen, and that's why they needed also sometimes a second day, because there was kind of doubt, especially at the outside of Israel. So I was still wondering whether, in case there would not have been a galut, whether when it would only have been Israel, would it have been otherwise? Because people in the southern part of this world, they have now summer. And they will have the Pesach in a completely different season.
No, so they're saying two things. First, just to continue where we left off now, the Torah was given for the Jews in Eretz Yisrael. When we keep 2 days in Chutz La'aretz, is because at the time of the Beis Hamikdash, the time when they lived with Beis Din being Mekadosh Chodesh, in Chutz La'aretz, they didn't know when Yom Tov was, but they also had the same Torah. The Torah says on the 15th day of Nisan is Pesach, on the 15th day of Tishri is Sukkot, on the 10th day of Tishri is Yom Kippur. But our 10th day of Tishri or 10th or 15th day of Nisan wasn't clear, because maybe today is 15th of Nisan, maybe today is 16th of Nisan, because it took time for the message to go to Chutz La'aretz when Rosh Chodesh was. So we were always a doubt between one day or the next day. So that's why we kept 2 days. But in Eretz Yisrael, there was no doubt. So in Eretz Yisrael, they managed to keep 1 day because it was clear. Now, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, like we said before, gave the power of making the new month to us. We fix when Rosh Chodesh is. We don't fix which day in the month is Pesach or Yom Kippur. That is clearly written in the Torah. On the 10th day of Tishri is Yom Kippur. On the 15th day of Nisan is Pesach. What's not written is when is Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is fixed by when Lochem. When you see the new moon, you fix Rosh Chodesh. Once Rosh Chodesh is fixed, then anything that's in that month comes automatically. So the fixing of the month is up to Beis Din, is up to the Edim. What happens in that month is clearly written in the Torah. So only when the month starts is in our hands. When we see it, then we decide now must be Rosh Chodesh. Whatever follows is what's written in the Torah. So now, when we have Rosh Chodesh, 2 days Rosh Chodesh, we said, is the first day of Rosh Chodesh is Lamed, the second day of Rosh Chodesh is Aleph. Now, why is Lamed, which is the 30th day of the previous month, Rosh Chodesh? Rosh Chodesh means it's the beginning of the new month. In Eretz Yisrael, they also have 2 days Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is the same Eretz Yisrael and Chutz La'aretz. So obviously, this is no different. It's not like Yom Tov, where Chutz La'aretz we have 2 days, in Eretz Yisrael it's 1 day. In Eretz Yisrael, when there's 30 days in a month, then Lamed is Rosh Chodesh and Aleph is Rosh Chodesh. Why is Lamed Rosh Chodesh? Now the minig in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, is on Rosh Chodesh, by Mariv, they don't call out Rosh Chodesh, they say Yalev Yovoy. Right, Mr. Jacobs, you're Gabber. So on the first day they say Yalev Yovoy, and on the second day they say Rosh Chodesh. Why? Because the first day is not Rosh Chodesh. Right? The first day is only Yalev Yovoy. The second day is the Rosh Chodesh because it's Aleph of the next month. Now, that makes our question even stronger. If the first day is not Rosh Chodesh, and that's why we don't announce Rosh Chodesh, we just say Yalev Yovoy, then why do we say Yalev Yovoy if it's not Rosh Chodesh? It's the end of the previous month. It's Lamed. It's Lamed Nisan. Lamed Nisan is not beginning of the new month. If it's not the beginning of the new month, then why is the Yalev Yovoy? Why is it Halal? What's it got to do with Rosh Chodesh? For the same reason that we don't announce in Shul Rosh Chodesh, we just say Yalev Yovoy. For that reason, we should not be saying Yalev Yovoy or Halal if it's not Rosh Chodesh. Any idea? Any suggestions?
I'm looking in the Luach because I remember that in former days in the JCC Shul, Rav Pereira used to call out the Molat. And I'm looking for the Molat, but I don't find it anymore.
So I think it's in the bottom of the calendar, on the bottom of the page.
No.
We do it in Kalvasidim, we do it on before Hashchadisbenchen. It is in the Luach, I think so. I have
In
to
the
look.
Luach, I should say when the morning
Yeah,
is.
I have to look. Because they take the Luach and...
Yes, you are right.
I'm right? Okay, then I go back.
For instance, for Shabbat, the Molat Adar is on Friday morning, the 30th of Shabbat, 6 hours, 19, 4, and 18 minutes, etc.
Okay.
Even the number of seconds was mentioned by Rav Pereira.
Okay. So the Moiled of Shabbat, the Moiled of Adar is what day? On Friday morning?
Friday morning, yes, 30th of Shabbat. At 6 hours, 19, 4, 18 minutes.
Okay. So then we have 2 days of Chodesh, Friday and Shabbos, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this month of Shabbat, we had 1 day of Chodesh, right?
Shabbat, yes.
Yes.
Okay. What day was Rosh Chodesh? Tuesday, Wednesday? When was Rosh Chodesh?
Thursday.
Thursday, yes.
Thursday.
And when was the
Tu Shabbat was on Friday.
Tu B'Shvat is tonight, Thursday.
No, the two Shabbat.
The second of
Shabbat.
Shabbat. The second.
At your side, because I know that. One Shabbat, Rosh Chodesh was Thursday.
And in the Luach it says about Shabbat, the Molat Shabbat is on Wednesday afternoon, the 29th of Tevet, at 17 hours, 35 minutes, 3/18. That's the time.
Okay, so the Moiled was already on Wednesday, but was not Rosh Chodesh on Wednesday, right?
In the afternoon.
Okay, but Wednesday was not Rosh Chodesh.
No.
And what day was that? That was the 29th of Kislev, of Teves.
This was on Thursday.
No, Rosh Chodesh was Thursday.
Rosh Chodesh started on the 29th, and it is indicated as Rosh Chodesh on the 1st of Shevat, so the 13th of January, the 14th of
Okay.
January.
So Wednesday was not Rosh Chodesh. Wednesday was Chof Tes Teves.
Correct.
Okay. Now, why is Chof Tes Teves not Rosh Chodesh, but Lamed Shvat is Rosh Chodesh? Why?
Het is shorter. Goftes.
So
29.
if the day before Aleph was Rosh
Yeah,
Chodesh,
yeah. Okay, but Goftes is, the month is shorter than this Lamed, that is 30 days.
I'm asking 1 day less, but why is
Yeah.
that a reason for Rosh Chodesh? Whatever reason Lamed should be Rosh Chodesh, then Chof Tes should also be. We have to understand two things. Why Lamed, yes. And if we understand why Lamed, yes, then maybe we'll understand why Chof Tes not. It's a bigger question, why Lamed, yes, then Chof Tes not. Lamed should not be Rosh Chodesh. Lamed is the last day of the previous month. So if Lamed is Rosh Chodesh, then Chof Tes should also be Rosh Chodesh. But we see only Lamed is Rosh Chodesh and not Chof Tes. And if you want to explain that the reason why Lamed is Rosh Chodesh, because that's the day when the Moilid was, if you look in the calendar, you just now said that the Moilid is going to be on Lamed Shvat, then Chof Tes Teves was also the Moilid. The Moilid was also on Wednesday last month. So if the day of the Moilid is what
No.
makes it Rosh Chodesh, yeah.
No, because it was Wednesday afternoon, and for Adar it is said on Friday morning. So there is a different. There is a difference on the moment where the new moon has been seen. For Shevat it is in the afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, and for Adar it is Friday morning.
I understand. So if you want to explain that the reason why Lamed Shvat is Rosh Chodesh, because it's a day that has the Moilid in it,
Yes.
then Chof Tes Teves also has a Moilid in it.
That depends on the time of Nacht.
Okay, but if you look through the year of the calendar, you'll see that Rosh Chodesh does not depend. I mean, Lamed Shvat is not Rosh Chodesh because of the Moilid. Because if it will be because of that, then Chof Tes Teves would also be.
But then you can't say Morat in the morning, then it should be another day. And when it is in the afternoon, then you got only 1 day. That's one question. Second, I want to ask you something that you just told us about 2 days, one abroad, one and 1 day here in Israel. Why it is abroad? We know because they didn't get the message before, something like that. Okay, but why we keeping then first of all 2 days Rosh Hashanah instead of one, and why we only keep 1 day Yom Kippur instead of 2?
Nou, 1 day is enough.
2 days of Yom Kippur.
No, I know it's impossible, but I mean every Yom Tov has 2 days in abroad. Only Yom Kippur not.
Okay, so we give you 2 days in Kippur.
No, it's not for me. It's for the people abroad.
What's it? Where you in Eretz Yisrael?
Yeah,
Okay, look you.
I live in Netanya.
Okay, wow. Okay, how long ago did you do Aliyah?
Oh, already for many years. About 71.
Okay.
Only 1 day.
Okay, you definitely keep 1 day. Okay, lucky you. You live in Israel already for a long time. But you brought up here in The Hague?
I beg your pardon?
But
No,
you-
no, Aalten.
Alton, and born in Alton.
Oh,
And where are you born, Abdullah?
I am born in London.
Oh, in London.
I am from London and I lived in Israel for 10 years. And then I moved to Amsterdam 10 years ago. Pesach will be 10 years.
No.
And the Mit Hashem back to Israel, no? One day, Bezat Hashem. Soon.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
Mashiach. So you live in Netanya. Netanya is
But
nice. I was.
Are you keeping 2 days or 1 day?
No, I'm keeping 2 days. Unfortunately. In Israel, I kept 1 day because I lived there properly.
But when you are an Israeli, then you have to keep it abroad 1 day.
And maar hij is not Israeli. He's an
Yeah.
Englishman.
I'm English. I'm a mix of English, Israeli, and Dutch.
Ja.
I
En je
am
hebt tegen Englishman.
I'm not sure, but I don't wait 1 hour for flashing. I wait 6 hours.
But what about the question I asked you about Yom Kippur? The 2 days.
No, the question is a good question. I'm trying to remember what the right answer is. I don't remember actually the reason for that. I
But,
don't remember why.
But when Rosh Hashanah is 2 days and they count it as 1 day.
Yeah, let me just check a second.
Nou, dan ga ik toch maar even zoeken.
Maar het valt mij op dat in de Luach bij sommige maanden de molat wel staat vernoemd. En andere maanden weer niet.
En welke maand niet?
Ja, Siwan geloof ik. Wacht eventjes. Ik dacht dat Siwan... Ik was een beetje aan het bladeren nu. Eén moment. Ik dacht dat Siwan niet de molen... Ik zit overal te loeren.
Ja, die staat op blad 123 onderaan. En dan wordt er schouders gebest door Behar Begoekotij.
Oh, wacht eventjes. Ik kijk naar... Ah, ja. Ja.
Want Rosh Chodesh begint laat in de week, midden in de week, en dan is Shavuot nog een week verder. Je verwacht dat het zal zijn vlak voor Shavuot, maar dat is niet zo.
Ja. Nee, daarom. Dat zat ik te kijken.
Er staat er wel in.
Ja, staat er wel in. Met een bladzijde, ja. Ik had verwacht dat bij een scholingspensie zou staan, maar dat staat het niet. Met sommigen wel, nee, oh ja, hij staat er wel in hier. Nou, ik kan me herinneren, vroeger, ik weet niet nog, misschien in Amsterdam ook, maar in Den Haag, voor het scholingspensie liet men aan de gassen zien de tijd van de molat.
Ja, hier in Amsterdam, Bet Shalom, we leggen altijd de luach open voor de gasten.
Ja, zoiets dergelijks. Ja. De luach werd geloof ik over, de wet is dat de gasten het tijdstip zag.
Ja.
Ik weet niet of ze dat in JCC deden, dat weet ik eerlijk gezegd niet. Ik weet in Kalchasidim wordt het omgeroepen.
Nou, dat kan ook allebei.
Ja, maar goed, ik zeg JCC, kan ik me niet herinneren wat ze hebben gedaan. Guri, you're still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, that is okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking I have something written on about this. See if I can find it.
Okay, no. I had a discussion, a talk with Mr. Verbraak about the molat.
Yeah, okay, a second.
No, ga je gang. Je bent nog aan het zoeken voor meneer Kropveld.
Ja.
Of hij 2 dagen op kippen krijgt.
Ja, en waarom 2 dagen Rosh Hashanah en ze noemen het de tweede dag toch de tweede Tishrei.
Het is 1 dag.
En het is 1 dag op het Rosh Hashanah. En
En waarom dan niet, laten we zeggen, 30 Elul en 1 Tishrei?
Ja, maar als je dan 10 dagen van de Teshuvah bijtelt, dan kom je
Ja.
met de tweede dag kom je op 11 Tishri.
Ja, dus je moet vanaf 1, ja. Nou ja, die Aseret Teshuvah begint dus bij 1 Tishri.
Oké, maar wie zegt dat er 1 Tishri als je niet zeker bent? Kan ook,
Ja,
de tweede,
je heeft gelijk, ja.
kan ook de tweede zijn. En dan is het 11 Tishri. Daarom is het meer normaal dat Yom Kippur 2 dagen heeft. Daar ben je
Nou,
zeker van. Ja, dat
Wil
kan
je
niet.
dat graag?
Nee, helemaal niet. Nee, maar de werkelijkheid is... Nee, maar de werkelijkheid is zo.
Ja.
Dat klopt niet helemaal. En dan weer op volkstekort. Ook is ook geen 5 dagen dan precies. Er is dan ook de 16e in plaats van de 15e.
Ja.
Wie geeft er de antwoord op?
Yeah. Okay, now I think actually I understand now a little bit with what we're going to explain. I'm just thinking now, because it's already 12, we're going to continue, but the topic that we want to discuss today is quite a long topic. Maybe we'll continue into next week also.
Okay.
It's very interesting. Let's put your question aside a minute. I think with what we're going to explain, we'll be able to understand Rosh Hashanah also. And for Yom Kippur in Chutz La'aretz, you have 2 questions. Why in Eretz Yisrael is Rosh Hashanah 2 days, and why in Chutz La'aretz is Yom Kippur only 1 day?
Because
In Israel, it's also 1 day Yom Kippur. Hello.
Where?
In Israel, it's also 1 day Yom Kippur.
Yeah, I
Ja,
know,
maar ze
but
hebben ook 1 dag.
Meneer
behalve
Kopfeld's
dat ze
vraag
zeggen.
is why is Rosh Hashanah in Eretz Yisrael 2 days and not 1 day? And why is
Why we don't have
and why in Chutz La'aretz we
we
don't
2
have
days of Kippur?
So we have to have an answer before next Yom Kippur.
Ja,
Otherwise,
het zou logisch zijn.
The answer is before Yom Kippur, yeah.
Het zou logisch zijn.
Yeah.
No, but actually we need an answer before Rosh Hashanah because Mr. Kopfeld's in Eretz Yisrael. He needs to know why Rosh Hashanah.
Doe even 1 dag.
Yeah.
Oké, we hebben geen tijd.
Okay, we have time, but let's ask this question again. Why is Lamed Shvat Rosh Chodesh and Chof Tes Teves not Rosh Chodesh? Both Chof Tes Teves has the day of the Moiled, and also Lamed Shvat has the Moiled. But like we said, the Dutch minhag is not to say Rosh Chodesh, but only to say Yalev Yovo, because it's not Rosh Chodesh. So now we're going to explain something which is a very interesting fact. What happened in the times of the Beit HaMikdash? In the times of the Beit HaMikdash, like we said at the beginning, we did not know, according to our online and our computers, when Rosh Chodesh was going to be. It was only when 2 Eidim saw the new moon. Achshav. Let's go like this. Let's say by a forward. It was the month of Shvat, and on 28, let's say day 28 of Shvat, if 2 Eidim came to Bezdin and said, we saw the new moon, what would Bezdin say? What would Bezdin's response be if 2 Eidim came on the 28th of Shvat to Bezdin and say, hey, we saw the new Levana? What would Bezdin say to the 2 Eidim? You know what the Bezdin would say to them?
We wait for Edim.
What?
We wait for new Edim in order to have a double check.
And let's say 2 more Eidim came on the 28th of Shvat and said we saw the new moon. 4 Eidim came, 10 Eidim came. What would Bezdin say to these people?
It's hardly possible.
Exactly. Bezdin will say, Tachzor habayta. Atem meshugaim. Atem lo yodim Mazel Levana. You have no idea what the moon is. Because lo yachol liyot, it cannot be that you saw the moon today. Today is the 28th day of Shvat. The new moon has not yet started. It's not possible. So if Eidim came on the 28th of Shvat, Bezdin did not even ask them any questions because it's impossible to be Rosh Chodesh. Okay, let's go to the next day. If Eidim came on the 29th and they said, we saw the new moon, what would Bezdin say to them?
Could be.
Tachzor abaita. Go home, because it cannot be Rosh Chodesh. It has to be a minimum of 29 point something, 29 full days plus. So on day 29 was impossible for two Eidim to come and say, we saw the new moon. It must be that the Eidim are lying or they didn't see, because on the 29th cannot be Rosh Chodesh, because it takes more than 29 days for the moon to come back to its beginning. So if Eidim came on the 29th of Shvat and they said, we saw the Levana, and this is what it looked like, Bezdin would say, Atem meshugaim. In Dutch you say, Jij bent gek. Because it's not possible. Now, what happens if it's day 30? And Eidim came and said, we saw the Levana. And Bezdin asked questions. What would happen on day 30? Bezdin would say, hey, okay, today it is possible that you saw the Levana, because today is already day 30. From day 30, it's Shayach that you already saw the new moon. So today could be the truth. If Bezdin see that they are saying the truth, Bezdin would say, Kiddush HaChodesh. We are now at the beginning of the new month. Now, let's ask ourselves a simple practical question. Let's say, what day is the 30th of Shvat this year? When is Rosh Chodesh, Adar?
One moment. Ja, Rosh is niet zo. Daar. Daar. Nou, moet hier zijn. Daar is op vrijdag. Thursday evening. Daar, vrijdag.
Vrijdag is Aleph and
Shabbos, vrijdag en Shabbos.
Okay. So Aleph is on Shabbos and Lamed is on Friday.
Ja, 12 en 13 februari.
Okay. So let's go like
Shabbos scholing.
Okay. So Lamed Shvat is
Friese
on Friday.
forum.
Yeah.
Friese forum.
Shkolim, Rosh Chodesh and Shabbos. Yeah.
Ja, Friese forum.
Yeah. If we have this for him, otherwise it's one.
You have to go to a good school. Okay.
Okay, so let's say like this. You have Lamed Shvat is on Friday. So let's go back to the times of the Beis Hamikdash before we have our Luach, our calendar. Friday morning, Bezdin woke up and it was still Lamed Shvat. Two Eidim came and said, we saw the new Levana. And Bezdin asked him questions, and Bezdin said, okay, it must be Rosh Chodesh. What happened? On Friday afternoon, what happened?
You can't do it on Friday. You have to do one day then.
So what did Bezdin do?
Afternoon.
What did Bezdin say? Today is Rosh Chodesh. What did Bezdin say? Today is Lamed or today is Aleph?
No, then it's 11, I think so. Of tomorrow is 11.
But tomorrow, then I don't need it to Eidim. If tomorrow, but best Eidim said they saw the Levana today. So why is tomorrow Aleph?
Okay, good. And Hallel and so on. And
Okay, very good. Now, this is the point. What did Bezdin say? Which day did Bezdin say today is going to be? If Eidim came on Friday morning and they said we saw the Levana, what did Bezdin say today is?
It have to come on Thursday.
But if Thursday is 29, the Eidim can't
29,
come.
to say tomorrow is Lamed. It's Rosh Chodesh.
But Lamed, well, again.
No. So you can't say we see today the moon and you do tomorrow. No.
Exactly, that doesn't make sense. If they say they see the moon, that means we saw the beginning of the month.
Yeah,
And they can't say today and tomorrow's Aleph.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. So we have to understand what happened. So this is what happened. I explained to you. If Eidim came on Friday and they said we saw the new moon and the Eidos was true and Bezdin accepted the Eidos, then Eidim said today is Rosh Chodesh, today is Aleph. Because they can't say yesterday is Aleph, they can't say tomorrow is Aleph, because the new moon is there already. So Bezdin announced on Friday, it's not Lamed, it's Aleph. That's what happened. Whenever Bezdin did Kiddush HaChodesh, they said today is Aleph. Oh, so let's go like this.
We skip a day.
What?
We skip a day. It is officially it's Lamed, but we make it in Aleph.
We're making the Aleph because now it's Rosh Chodesh. Okay, so in the morning, a Friday morning, when everyone woke up, it was Lamed, and Friday afternoon it changed to Aleph.
Yeah, no, okay.
Because that's what happened. Bezdin said, now it's Rosh Chodesh.
Yeah.
So what happened on Friday morning?
Friday morning we did the normal to fill it.
Oh,
nothing special.
So now I'm telling you a big chidush. And that is that in the times of the Beis HaMikdash on Friday morning, which is Lamed, they already called it Rosh Chodesh because maybe today is going to be, later on in the day, it's going to be Aleph. And we don't have half a day Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is a full day. So in the times of the Beis HaMikdash on Friday morning, when it's already 30th of the next month, and it could be that Bezdin are going to say this afternoon that today is Aleph, already on Friday morning, everyone kept Rosh Chodesh for Tefillah, for the halachas, whatever part of Rosh Chodesh needs to be kept. Today is Rosh Chodesh. Not that it's already Aleph. Now it's Rosh Chodesh because it could be this afternoon is going to be Aleph. Because Eidim can come to Bezdin today, and Eidim can say, we saw the Levana, and Bezdin are going to say today is Aleph. So because this afternoon could be Aleph, already on Lamed Shvat, it was Rosh Chodesh. Not that it was Aleph yet. It was Rosh Chodesh. Why was it Rosh Chodesh? Because it's the day that could change to Aleph. No, even in Eretz Yisrael. Because
so when the Eidim would have come in the afternoon, they would have said tomorrow is Rosh Chodesh.
Nee, dat kan niet. Dat hebben die maand toch gezien?
That's the consequence of what you are telling us. When they come early in the morning, like they did before Shabbat, I can imagine that they say, okay, today is Rosh Chodesh.
No.
When they come in the afternoon, the last part of the day is already gone. Then there is no possibility that a part of the Friday day will be Rosh Chodesh, will be the first. So the first will start from the Nacht moment.
Shabbat morning. That's why don't do a half a day Rosh Chodesh. The whole day was Rosh Chodesh. Why? Sometime today it's going to change to Aleph Adar. If it's a day that can change from Lamed to Aleph, that day is Rosh Chodesh. Now, if Eidin came, then it changed in middle of the day from Lamed to Aleph. If Eidin didn't come, then it had to be Rosh Chodesh was the next day. Because if Lamed wasn't Rosh Chodesh, then the latest it could be is the next day, Aleph. Because Rosh Chodesh has to come either today or tomorrow. One of these 2 days is Rosh Chodesh. It's not yesterday and it's not in 2 days' time. Because the Levana doesn't come before 29 and after 30. So either Lamed is Rosh Chodesh or Aleph is Rosh Chodesh. It depends on the Eidim. So we know it has to be somewhere one of these 2 days. So therefore, on Friday morning, which was the 30th day of Shvat, it was already Rosh Chodesh. It doesn't mean it was already Aleph. It means that today is the day that maybe 2 Eidim are going to come and say, today is Aleph. Okay, I want to stop on time, but I want to continue, B'ezrat Hashem, the same topic next week.
Yes, it's very difficult, but very interesting.
It's very interesting. There's a lot more to say. We'll continue B'ezrat Hashem next Wednesday.
May I ask a question? You are talking about Young Leven Jawel. You are saying it in Goestaars, have you understood right? You are saying in Goestaars at Young Leven Jawel and not here.
So according to the Dutch minhag, that the first day they say Ya'aleh v'Yavo and second day Rosh Chodesh, that should be also in Eretz Yisrael.
And can you say Ya'aleh v'Yavo in Yom Rosh Chodesh Hazeh?
No, we say, but before the meneer Kropveld, voor de Shema Esrei, 's'avonds bij Mariv, roept de Gabbe, de Shammers of wie dan ook uit. De eerste avond zegt hij Ya'aleh v'Yavo. En de tweede avond roept hij uit Rosh Chodesh. Dus wij zeggen het gewoon. Wij zeggen het wel, maar zo wordt het omgeroepen hier.
En in het buitenland?
Dat weet ik niet. Eerlijk gezegd weet ik niet. Maar in Nederland is dat zo. Dat is gewoon een... nou ja, goed, waarom het zo is, weet ik niet. Maar het wordt gewoon zo omgeroepen. En soms maakt de Gabbe nog wel eens een keer een foutje ook, hoor. Zegt hij achter het schouders of zo.
Het is wel gemerkt. Het is erg gecompliceerd.
Ja, maar goed, dat is niet het belangrijkste.
Het belangrijkste...
Als je het maar zegt.
Ja, precies.
Oké.
Okay, Shkach, everyone.
Bye.
In touch. Go to.